Today is a fantastic day in the world of Brawl Stars and in the life of Nook because Crow is getting one of the biggest buffs I've ever seen in a while, especially when it comes to like viability in 3v3 modes. He's probably gonna be good now, I think, but just know Crow is getting a huge buff. There's two things that's getting changed with him. So in this video, I'm gonna first go through all the new gadgets, and then I'm gonna go through all of the balance changes. And while the balance changes are being told, I'm actually gonna roll footage of all the new skins that are coming in, like gameplay of them, so you can watch that as I'm saying the balance changes, so you can get a double whammy right there. But anyways, jumping right into it, we're gonna go straight to the gadgets, and the first one we're talking about is Rosa's, which is an insane gadget. Both of her gadgets are really good, but this one in particular, she basically poisons every bush, and any enemy that's hiding in a bush takes 100 damage, and they get slowed down for 3 seconds. So any very bushy map is gonna be insane for Rosa, especially if they're pretty much forced to be in the bushes, like Snake Prairie or like Feast or Famine. And then Mr. P's is a pretty simple one. Basically all it does is it spawns a porter at the end of his basic attack, and that's it. It spawns one porter. I don't really know how good that is. I don't use Mr. P. So moving on, Poco. This is not at all what I thought it was. I thought it was supposed to be a heal, but it's actually like a anti-CC or anti-crowd control. Basically it's a giant radius, and whenever he presses it, anyone on his team that's stunned gets unstunned, and I'm assuming that means himself as well, so he can probably unstun himself. And they also become immune for 1 second, so Poco can make his team immune for a second, which is like honeycode for multiple people. So this gadget is like ridiculous. Poco gets all the best stuff. I don't really know why, but his gadget's insane. Another insane gadget that's also going to be insanely annoying is Frank, who's Gene 2. His gadget, whenever he hits somebody, it just pulls them to him. So have fun getting pulled against a Frank. And yeah, that's all I can say about that one, dude. He's a puller now, just like Gene. So there's gonna be double pulling comps out there now. This gadget's gonna be insane. This is gonna be his main gadget, I swear, dude. It's gonna be ridiculously strong. And the next one is Gene, and what he does is he shoots homing missiles at all enemies inside a huge area, and the damage of the missile actually goes up the further it goes, so it's like a Piper shot. I'm not sure how much that caps at or anything, but pretty decent. And now for one of the weirdest gadgets I've seen, which is actually for Nani, and it's a little complex, but I'll try to explain it to the best of my ability. The next time Nani takes damage from an enemy, Nani takes the damage, but then repels the damage 80% of the damage. So almost all of the damage Nani just took is repelled to the enemy. So say you use that on like a Shelly super, you proc it, the Shelly supers you, she's gonna take like 3,000 damage along with you. So Nani is gonna be like the ultimate trading brawler. As long as Nani has this gadget, like you're gonna see Nani trades all over the place, because they're gonna take the exact same amount of, almost the exact same amount of damage that Nani takes, which is weird, but it's gonna be really good, I think. And Tara, she spawns 3 shadows around herself, like the star power one, and they attack enemies. They don't heal at all, but they actually disappear after 6 seconds, so she can't just mash that and let a bunch of shadows run around. It's still really cool though. I think it's gonna be better than her original one, because I don't know about anyone else, but I don't really like it. I can bush check manually, so yeah, I'm probably gonna use that shadow one a lot, because not only is it attacking people, but they also tank for you. So she's got a triple tank right there that's just gonna rush down at people, which is gonna be ridiculous. Moving on, we have Tick, another invincibility thing, dude. He becomes invincible for 1 second and then explodes for 1,000 damage. So it's honeycomb, but you can use it whenever you want to. And 3 times you can become invincible 3 times. This is gonna be insane. Imagine Tick, Poco, B combos. They're gonna be like unkillable. So yeah, these next gadgets that are coming in are all insanely strong besides Mr. P's. But like, dude, I don't even know. It's gonna be crazy, dude. The meta is gonna shift so much. But now on to the balance changes, and I have to start it with Crow's, okay? He's like in the middle of the list, but I have to start with this one. Crow now has a passive ability along with his poison. When people are poisoned, they heal 40% less from any source. So if they have like a self heal, say that's like Edgar or anybody who can heal themselves like Poco, Barley, literally any heals coming in are reduced by 40% for the entire poison duration, which not only is going to make him better in showdown for people who can heal themselves, like even Bull's gadget, I'm pretty sure that would counter that as well. But now in 3v3 modes, you can constantly have anti-heal in your enemies. So when there's a healer on the enemy team, they're gonna be rendered half useless almost, because 40%. Not only that though, but Crow's actually getting a supercharge rate buff, which is what I was begging for. And I think the gods of Supercell listen to me on this one. Even though it's not much, it's only 15 daggers to 14, but at the same time, it's a buff to his supercharge rate. So I'll take it. Even if it's 1, it's better than before. So Crow is finally getting some love rather than a reworked gadget or anything like that. So I'm happy, and after the update, that's probably gonna be like the second video I make because it's Crow and he's getting buffed, so like why would I not do that? Moving on though, we have Gene, and his main attack damage is getting increased from 1000 to 180. Nothing special, but Jesse is getting an insane damage buff. It's going up from 920 to 1120. 200 damage per shot. That's 600 for all 3 shots. But they're actually reworking her a little bit. Now each time her attack bounces, it does 25% less. So, you know, it bounces once, 25% less, bounces a second time, 25% less again. So that's 50% less. So she's gonna be way worse at like team wiping instantly. But now alone mainly, or against one target, she is gonna be a lot better. Like a lot better. Next up is Leon, and he's getting 2 buffs. His main attack damage is going up by 20, which isn't much, but you know, there's also 4 projectiles that come out, and if you mash and hit all of them, that's a bit of damage that's increased. And then his supercharge rate, I think, is getting buffed, and they made it so then if you get 2 full hits, then it should fully charge. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what it was before, but I'm assuming that it's a buff. And then Max, her gadget's getting a little bit of a rework, or I don't even know what you want to call this, a buff or a nerf, but her second gadget where you place the thingy and then you teleport back to it, it's instead of 4 seconds, it's 3 seconds. So you'll get teleported back after 3 seconds. Nothing much. Sandy is getting a huge buff. You may not think that this is something very big, but it's huge. His supercharge rate is going up by 1 hit, which is amazing for him. It's going up from 6 to 5. So now you're going to see Sandy cycling supers over and over again. Once again, like when he was released, it's going to be stupid crazy. And Sprout, main attack damage going up from 940 to 1020, which that's 80 damage per shot. That's actually a lot of damage. Sprout's getting pretty good buff here. And then Colt getting another nerf. For what reason, I don't know, but he's getting another nerf, which I don't think he deserves at all. I think he was rendered useless after that gadget nerf, but his main attack reload speed is going down by 5.9%. I don't know why it's not 6%, but 5.9%. That's what it's going down from. And then there's a bunch of bug fixes, but I'm pretty sure nobody even noticed any bugs, or if anybody did, it's probably rare. So all of these are really specific, so I'm not even going to read them out, but I'll put a little screenshot on the screen right now if you want to see that. You can pause the video if you want to. But that's it for the balance changes and for the gadgets. This is a huge update, like meta shifting update, so we'll see what this does. But I'm really happy that Crow's finally getting a buff. Finally something good. He's a active anti-heal, which we've never had in the game before. We've had Byron, but that's only when his super is down, and you know, it doesn't happen again until he gets his super back and hits somebody with it. But Crow is like always gonna be an anti-heal because it's when people are poisoned. So I don't know, we'll see how this turns out. Crow could be absolutely overpowered. I hope he's not, so then they don't nerf him. I hope he's like average at the least. But that's it for the video. If you enjoyed, then slap a like on it, and also leave a comment if you want to. And if you're new to my channel, I forgot to say this, but subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And with all that being said, I'll see you later, and have a good night, guys.